think we're live. Looks like we're live. All right, welcome peoples to hanging out with Zesty Fresh here. We're just taking a look at my Beyblade Burst collection. Someone wanted to see everything that I've got going on, and I just got back from the tournament, so I am deconstructing all of the beys that I used in the tournament and trying to reset everything up in their stock combos, and then take a look over at all of my other beys that I got going on. So it's gonna be a good time looking at stuff. We're just kind of gonna be here answering questions, hanging out, and having a good time. So feel free to ask anything that you are wondering about us, about our stuff. If there's any bay that you want to see that we got, you can see here. We can take a closer look and talk about it.
You want to turn that other lamp on?
Sure. Work on our lighting a little bit. Alright, so yes, I am currently reconstructing bays and trying to put them back in their stock combinations of how they came and checking that stuff out. So these are all, everything here, for the most part, with a couple of exceptions, is going to be Beyblade Burst BU and DB level bays right now. We will take a look at a couple of the other series later on, but right now we got all of this going on here. So I'm doing a pretty good job here. I'm looking for a couple of pieces left over before I'm done. I was starting this morning, but didn't manage to finish it before the stream had to start. So you get to view the last couple of moments as I finish this up, and then we will actually be really drilling into things and having a good time looking at bays, probably ripping a couple, and all that fun stuff. So feel free to hang out, stay tuned, and ask questions. As I said, we're here to answer your questions. So anything you guys want to know about, I'd love to hear from you.
Just sorting through all the things.
Sorting through all the things.
We've been talking about getting like little labels for these so that we know which stock combo is in which, because that seems to be the easiest way to keep them sorted and find the parts that you're looking for.
I could be like, oh, I need Destroy Dash. That'll be in the Dynamite Zyphoid Belial pack. My brain's going. I know where most of them should be, but when I'm drilling through, when it's set up like this, like we got this going on, with these are all over the place, it's a pain. What's my favorite Beyblade type? If we're talking about like attack, defense, stamp types, I am a balanced player. I like to be able to switch up my Beyblades to meet the needs of the current situation. If you mean generationally, what's my favorite one? Then I have to always go to
Plastic?
No, I think Burst.
Really?
Yeah, no, Plastic was fun, but Plastic bays broke a lot. They didn't have that strong of gimmicks and all that kind of stuff. They were pioneers in the industry, of course. They were the first ones, and they're a lot of fun and cool like that, but definitely they are not the best. So there is my Vanish Fafnir there, all figured out, got it set up. I'm currently working on the first tub of releases. I'm trying to put them also in their release order, so we've got like Dynamite Belial all the way up through Savior Valkyrie, so I think I just got all of those finished off in their stock combos, and I can move on to finishing off the next tub. So our next tub is going to be this one, I believe. So here we are on a tub of, it's looking like this is going to be like Roar Bahamut in the DB all-in-one set all the way up to Greatest Raphael. And I got a couple of empty spots here. I had to figure out which ones go in there as we work through that. So B is over on the computer monitoring things and checking stuff out. She was supposed to set up Instagram stream and get that going.
I will, but like, what are...
What?
I don't know.
We're just looking at the collection and talking and answering questions.
Okay.
A guide Discord server. I don't actively have a Discord server for ourselves. We are not currently looking to monitor and maintain a Discord server, but we do hang out on the Blaster Discord server. So if you're following Blaster, or if you're part of that Discord server, we're over there, and you can chat us over there. Or if you're in Texas, I'm also part of the Texas Circuit Beyblade server, and you can ask me about details about that. Again, if you found me on a more public one, I can get you invited to that if you're in Texas, but that's a Texas-only Bladers group. One day we might start our own server, but we're not ready for that responsibility right now.
It's a lot to be monitoring that when we're also
working and trying to get all of our awesome stuff out so you guys can enjoy seeing awesome Beyblade things. All right. Oh, wow. My live chat on YouTube was not working for a second there. I just got it working again. Hey, Jacoby. Good to see you. My favorite bays from my collection. I am, of course, a huge fan of Zest Achilles. So Zest Achilles is definitely going to be a big one for me because, of course, it's named after me. I'm Zesty Fresh, and this is Zest Achilles. They were like, who's the best bay tuber out there? It's obviously Zesty Fresh, so we got to get a bay for him. Achilles is probably one of my favorite lines in all of Burst because it's a balance type, and it's a type that changes up all that fun stuff. So I definitely want to, give a shout out to that. So that one would be my favorite, absolute favorite. I am also been quite a fan of this barricade. It's not good, necessarily. Yeah, just a sec. We gotta figure out another camera. We're having some technical difficulties.
I don't know how to change that. Okay.
And then just make the legs longer. B's just figuring out the cameras. What are we doing? We are looking at my collection, and we're talking about what we got. We're answering Beyblade questions about ourselves. Do you have Fornius F4? We do not. We basically started in Takara in the DBBU series. We have a couple of, for Hasbro, we have the S2s, mostly. Like Spriggan S2, Valkyrie V2 kind of deal. The dual layer system was where we did Hasbro. We fell off on Hasbro after that, and then we got back on the train with Dynamite Battle. We've got all of Quad Drive, most of Quad Strike.
What did Mark ask about?
What did Mark? I'm trying to answer all these things. Lots of questions. What is the brand name and size of your travel storage cases? We'd have to check out our Amazon order history for that, but we have sent this out to people. A couple of people have asked and we've gotten the details out. I sent a thing out to, I think it was Texas Blader, maybe. I think it was. Yep. Texas Blader asked about that a couple of weeks ago, and we gave out.
I can look up what that was, but it was an Amazon purchase, and it's like a stackable clear container, and they're pretty handy. I think we ordered like 3 of them.
They're pretty awesome. They have a lid. They can stack any number of size. We've got 3 packs, which really helps me organize these. A bay basically perfectly fits in each different bin, and so with each bin allowing to have a bay, that just works really well. Hey Crusher Burst, thanks for stopping by. The bay with the chain gimmick, is there any chip that utilizes the full gimmick? I recently watched a video where there were only 2 that worked. So the only bay that works using the chain gimmick, to my knowledge, is Kerbeus. So let's find that over there. He's talking right now about chain. Chain has a gimmick where these little tiny segments pop out and go back in as it rotates. So at high velocity, these chains all pop out as it rotates around, and that makes bays grind against it. The issue is that this whole mechanic is built around a system of little things. It's hard to see probably, but if we try and get this up there, right around here, there's little things that pop in, and you need a core that can actually handle it. So if you put in any core other than Kerbeus, which is really low around the outer edge, let's get that taller and above. Any core that other than Kerbeus is going to be too tall, so if I grab a core, like, I'm trying to find a right spin core that I don't already have in a guy, I might have to take apart a guy. This'll work. So I pop out this and put it in. It's going to force all the chains out. So now the chains are all pushed at their kind of apex, and they don't do the chain gimmick. Without the chain gimmick, chain really loses a lot of its interesting, cool mechanics. So it is unfortunate that, to my knowledge, only Kerbeus can utilize it. There are a couple of Kerbeuses, but they're the only ones that don't have as large of a outer peripheral. If anybody in the comments knows of another layer that can handle it, I'm looking at my course and I'm not seeing anyone that has the same lowered down section. No, they're all too big. So none of them drop or have the gaps in it like Kerbeus does, so that's the only way to utilize Chain Kerbeus. Which is a little bit too bad. I wish they'd done a couple of ones that could have done that.
How do you do an affiliate link?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh wait, I do know. Go onto my Amazon on my computer.
Okay.
She's figuring out how to get you that link, and we can post it in the chat. Thoughts on Longinus, the entire line. So the Longinus line is probably the strongest attack line. Like, I haven't found a attack type Beyblade that can keep up with Longinus within its same generation. Every Longinus that's ever released is the #1 attack Bey in that gen. So, you know, Guilty, nothing in all of the tournaments over and over again, new attack types release all the time, and nothing has overcome Guilty's ability. In the top left corner, there's a word called text. Just click that, and it'll give you the link. Yeah. So yeah, Longinus has always been dominant, and it was the same with S3. Like, we've got our S3 over here in our World Tour set, and in our World Tour set, Longinus S3 again just became so dominant. I believe Longinus S3 is actually even banned in the tournament format where you're allowed to use S3s because it's just so dominant and just doesn't make the scene very fun. And those older generation tournaments have a lot more restrictions in them. You know, it's not the same as Burst Standard where they let whatever's OP stick around because it's new. All right. When did we start collecting beys? Well, we started collecting these beys a year and a half ago, almost now.
About that.
It would have been about, our first purchase would have been September last year. No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
2019.
2019?
Well, we started before the pandemic, didn't we?
Well, that was when we were doing Hasbro.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so.
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
During the pandemic, we started buying BU bays, and that's where this whole section of our collection comes from. We were buying when Evolution came out, we were buying the Evolution lines of the dual layer ones. We didn't like the Switch Strikes because we found Switch Strikes just dominated the dual layers, and the first like 4 or 5 we got were dual layers, and we didn't really want to mess with that. We were running kind of like local for fun tournaments. You can find those on our actual channel where we were messing around with the dual layer bays and playing our Calgary Beyblade League tournament, which is just me and my friends pretending to be world champions, which was a fun time. But yeah, that was really our start, was when we got those. Before that, I collected bays way when I was a kid and got a bunch of plastic gens, but they got destroyed or lost over time. The plastic generation have a lot of issues with getting wrecked. Where is that? That's over there.
You've got a question here from Zach Builds. Do you have an Ace Dragon?
Do we have an Ace Dragon? We do have an Ace Dragon. It's in our Pro Series tubs, so our Pro Series tubs are right here. And Pro Series Ace Dragon is our only Ace Dragon. So it's alright. Pro Series Ace Dragon has an issue, and we've decided we're not really going to use it anymore because our little flaps here that control the reboot driver fly out when we launch it. So what we actually have to do is we just have to grab our reboot dash right here, and we just have to swap that in whenever we use it, and then it's practically the same. Ace Dragon doesn't really burst. It's got a pretty solid burst rate. Like, it's really hard to get that to burst. So we shouldn't need to worry about a dash versus a non-dash for it to be fair. Ace Dragon was a little bit disappointing just because of how dominant, like, Command and Imperial Dragon was. Ace Dragon just couldn't keep up. I think they went a little too far with Imperial Dragon and kind of made it so that Ace was irrelevant, which is unfortunate. I like it when they kind of keep everything going. Where am I at in this building of things? I need a 0 armor to build Kitty. There's 0 armor. This is, of course, Astral Kitty with Over and It is on Revolve Dash. This is a fun bay. I have a good time. We actually, Kitty is like a premier part in Bry's decks. Every time she asks me to build a deck, she's like, I don't care what's in it, but make sure Kitty's in it. So we always put Hello Kitty in. We usually do Vanish Kitty because Vanish Kitty is pretty.
Kitty works pretty good.
It's pretty strong. It's pretty strong, and people laugh whenever they see it. They're like, "Oh, you're using Kitty? What a joke!" And then you crush them. So that's hilarious. What's going on over here? So many questions. Did you get that affiliate link into the chat?
Yeah, it didn't post.
It didn't post? It won't post
It won't
link?
post the link. So
gotcha.
we can post it afterwards in like the description of the video, but I
Sure.
did send it there. So it's an Amazon Soy 6-layer stackable storage system. So they're handy. You can do as many tall as you want and then slap the lid on and they travel pretty well.
Do you see my Revolve Dash? I don't see my Revolve Dash. We have too many parts. There's my variable dash. I was looking for that. Where is Black? Ultimate Valkyrie's over there.
What color
Revolve
is
Dash is blue.
Blue.
It's like a light blue.
This one?
No. That's Destroy. I don't see it. We'll have to get a little bit further into filling things out.
Alright, well. So what's the method to your madness right now?
What is the method to my madness? I'm basically just going through the release order, finding the parts that should have, and then putting it together.
So you have all of volume 27, 29, and 30?
Yep. All of them are already figured out, except what is the armor for Prominence Knight? I don't remember what Prominence Knight's armor and...
Legacy Sword Dash. One.
But one armor. Oh, right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Had to have a one armor to be able to make that.
Another question.
Well, another question? What? Oh, over here? When storing your bays, do you keep them together or apart? I like keeping mine apart. I try and keep them in their stock combos because then when I'm looking for a particular part, I know which stock combo that part is from usually, and I can be like, I need a 0. Where's Astral Kitty, because Astral Kitty's got a 0 armor, and I can quickly go through my collection, find that piece that I'm looking for, and grab it. I tried having them all separated out, and that's kind of what we're dealing with here. We can see all these bins. They're all broken up into parts, and we had that way for a while, but I kept finding that I was like, where's a 1 armor? And I'm tearing through everything that I've got looking for a 1 armor. And I've seen lots of other people do that in our tournament that we just went to yesterday. There were people with massive tubs full of Beyblades.
Primed Mythical had this humongous tub just full of loose Beyblades, which was really cool, but also how do you find anything?
Yeah, he was like, oh, where's my bearing dash? And he's just scooping through piles of drivers, and I was like, that's not ideal. So I definitely, after I came over for the tournament, I'm like, yeah, this is how I should sort these out so that they are all easy to find. So next we're going to be building together our Spriggan here, because I got all my Burst Spriggan parts. Burst Spriggan's in the wrong spin direction. Let's swap that over.
That's a good call, though.
What's up?
Keeping them together in the same bin, but he said that keeping the drivers off to stop the spring.
To not mess with the thing. That's fair. That's totally that's legit. Yep. I would do that. Maybe I should be doing that. I'm not right now. Keeping all the parts in the same tub makes sense. I'm obviously building them right now, but I can definitely see the logic behind what you're saying, and it definitely makes sense, and it might be something that I'll have to do next time I start reordering my collection. Or as I play with them and make our next tournament collection. We didn't do too hot in this tournament. It was a team format tournament. Went all right. We got some really strong bladers. I have a harder time beating some of the bladers here than when we went up to Maryland. So there's some really good competitors here. I hope that they get a chance to go and fight some of the strong guys around and kind of show off what they can do.
Do you want a combo?
Do I want a combo?
Dragon King asked. Oh, Drago King.
Drago King. we might look at combos a little bit later in the stream once we got this all figured out and everything put together. We'll look at building a couple things. Right now, we're just trying to talk about the collection, talk about beys. You can talk about combos and let me talk about what I think about that combo. I'm currently up for that.
Yeah, Drago, if you want to shoot out a combo.
We can discuss our thoughts on that combo. Giga went on Helios. So Helios comes with Giga and Zeal. Nothing going on Insta for questions, B?
Nope.
Okay. We just started trying to stream on Insta as well as we do these because we had a reel really pop off, so we got a bunch of interest, and we want to kind of make sure that those people also have something to watch, something to enjoy. Lots of the parts left over are starting to get pretty thin. I need a Nexus somewhere. Nexus. I feel like I have one less Nexus than I'm supposed to, and I don't know why. I also need the top of the H armor.
This is a visual. I'm sure it'll turn up.
I'm sure it'll turn up.
Gillette is having a birthday today. I'd like to see a Barricade Lucifer match once you're done sorting.
You want to see a Barricade Lucifer match? We can definitely do that. We got Barricade Lucifer going on. That thing is a lot of fun. I love the kind of profile that it creates when you launch it.
It looks really cool.
It looks really cool. It's solid at beating opposite spin combos, and it's pretty good at resisting attack types most of the time. Occasionally, its gimmick messes itself up, and it gets messed up on attack types, and that's unfortunate. But most of the time when we've used it, it's been an absolute killer. Where is... Starting to get to the end, and it should be easier to find parts, you'd think, but I guess I have so many duplicates that at first it was easy to find some, and now I'm starting to spiral out of control. Alright. Do not see a Nexus anywhere around that is free to be able to put onto this. Skip it for now. I also need a Giga. Thought I saw a Giga. There's a Giga. So Giga goes on to Roar Bahamut. Roar Bahamut 10. Where's my purple 10? Oh no, my purple 10's on the other one. This isn't Roar Bahamut 10. This is Roar Bahamut 6. Trying to keep sorted in my head all the combos is...
so many.
Impressive how often I get it right.
Yeah, you definitely have an excellent memory. I do not.
Us with autism collect things a lot. Yeah, you think so? You think I got a little bit of issues going on over there? Look at all those board games. I have too much fun with games. I have too many collections, but you know, no kid life, being in your 30s. You gotta spend all that money on something. Gotta power up the economy. We just stored all our money away. We'd just, you know, do nothing. It wouldn't be fun. We'd sit around, be bored, do chores. Who wants to do that? All right. Hey, Beyblade 671. It was sweet playing with you. Yesterday? Yesterday. My brain's like, how many days ago was it? It was yesterday. Sweet tournament. Good time to be had by all. Was had by all? Was had by me. I can't speak for everyone, I suppose. I had a good time. I didn't do as well as I would have liked, but that is life. Beyblade life. Life in general.
You don't always win?
You don't always win. You don't always do as well as you would expect, but sometimes you do better than you would expect, so there is that. I am just a couple of pieces off of being done with this, and then we can start looking at some battles. I need to put a 6 over here on this, and I need its weight disc. I think it came with a Karma.
You want me to look it up?
Sure. Can you look up what Zest Achilles customized set second armor was? It might have been a tapered.
Zest Achilles Legal Quattro 4?
Yeah, what's the other set that or parts that come with the set?
A gear, Chain Phoenix 2,
Chain
Hollow
Phoenix
Ragnarok 1D.
Chain Phoenix 2, and then what is the other weight disc? Fortress. Oh, okay, I was totally wrong. Do I have another? I have to. I have all these bays. I have all these parts.
Unless you put it on the wrong Beyblade.
I didn't. I don't think. All right. Do I know if there's any tournaments in Wyoming? I am not personally particularly aware of Wyoming's tournament standings.
I can find out.
But Brian's going to check if there's any tournaments in the next month, or we might be able to look back at the past and see if there have been any tournaments there. We can look at processed events on the World Beyblade Organization, which is a fantastic website for finding your local tournaments. That's where we put up all of ours. This is why I want them all organized, because here I am looking for things and I'm not finding them. There's my fortress.
Whoa.
What's up?
What is Wyoming close to? Because there is nothing coming up in Wyoming.
Nothing coming up in Wyoming. We're from Canada, and we've moved to Texas, but we're not that familiar with the geographical location of all of the states. So just give us a moment to figure that out. She's looking it up.
Like none of the entire... No, come on. There's gotta be.
Where is this 2 supposed to be coming from? I'm not going to put 2 on it. I'm going to put a 10 on it because I can't find another 2. I know we got a couple of duplicates, so we should be able to do that. Alright, over here. Did I miss anything? Okay. Barricade should have had a spin direction change function built in, but then the tongue angles. Yeah, the tongue angles would not have worked with that. Were you able to figure out anything?
There is nothing that is coming up in Wyoming, so I would definitely suggest look at becoming an organizer.
Yeah, if there is that few availability in the area, that means that there are probably a bunch of bladers looking for stuff and who would want to blade. So if you can...
Gillette, the first tournament that we hosted, it was non-ranked, but we listed it through the World Beyblade Organization. And I think the first one we had 8 people show up, and then the next one we had like 36.
Yeah, so we went 8 to 36.
You might find that there's a lot of people in the area that would come out to that.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely, I would consider it. I think it's a lot of fun organizing. If you can find a free outdoor space to use, it makes it a lot easier. Whenever we have to host indoors, it is a little bit pricier. We can do it, but I understand that's a little bit trickier for others.
Abba says he needs one. Where can he get them? There are a few websites where you can buy Beyblades.
It's really going to depend on where you're at.
Depends on where you're located, definitely.
So country-wise, if you're in North America, to get these things that are going on here, I would probably recommend Mall of Toys, Beys and Bricks, Beyblade Premier as 3 great options. Depending on where you live in the country, each of them is kind of located in different corners. If you're in Canada, we usually used Amazon Japan. So we started to order from Amazon Japan in Canada because it had really great shipping and good rates. There's also the Zanky store and Funky Toys that do Canada. Beys and Bricks and whatnot also do. I just found that the going across customs in the US took a long time, so we would usually get our stuff late, which wasn't ideal. BU all-in-one set. Mm-hmm. Can you look at what the chain Kerbeus came with in that set? I know it was Moment Dash and 6. I just don't know what the weight disc was. It looks like it should be a Karma because we have so many of those, but I don't think
Karma,
it is.
Moment Dash.
It was Karma. All right.
Chain Kerbeus, Karma, Moment Dash.
All right. Kerbeus gold
version.
Oh, you missed what? You missed our answer? Our answer was there isn't anything, so you might want to.
Or missed a tournament that he might have found that I didn't.
Maybe.
What do you got next?
We gotta build Gatling Dragon.
What volume are you working on?
I am working on Burst Ultimate right now. This is just Gatling Dragon, base combo. Can you look that up for me?
Sure.
Gatling Dragon. I think it's 10 I'm fairly confident it's 10. I'm going to put 10 in and then you're going to tell me I'm wrong. And it's Charge Metal Dash. I just, again, is it Karma?
It is Karma.
It is Karma. Nice.
You got it.
Like, we have a bunch of Karmas sitting around, so we definitely missed putting some Karmas in. All right, over here. Is a certain age to be an organizer? I think you need to be 13. Yes. And then if you're 13, you still need parental consent. There has to be a parent available at the events. So you have to have, like, my parent is blah if you're under the age of majority in your area. I definitely think we need more organizers out there. So if any of you guys are interested in becoming an organizer, we're organizers. It's a lot of fun. It is intimidating to get into at the start, and then once you've done a tournament or two, you're like, oh, this is pretty easy. And you can just roll with it. I know where it is. It is on one of the Pro Series bays for some reason. Yes, haha, I found it.
Do you remember what the difficult question was?
There was Kitty. The difficult question.
On your exam.
The questions I got wrong on the exam when I took it were not available in the book.
Not in the organizer's
guide.
But they're in the burst format rules. So I'm wondering if you just remember what...
So the ones I got wrong were how much time do you have to pick your bay between matches? So picking your bay between matches is part of the organizer's thing, and it was definitely not in the information. So it did say 1 minute, I believe. You have 1 minute between each match to pick your bay, which is long in my opinion. That really drags on the matches if you're taking that long. But that is the official accepted rules. I think we have all of them together. I think we've got everything now.
Everything sorted?
Yeah, so now I just need the list of order that they came out because I've got a couple of gaps that I need to fill. Oh no, and I'm still missing a Nexus. But yes, order that they came out. So we got Dynamite Belial, we got, let's put this in front of all the cameras so everybody can see what's going on here. Starting release of Burst Dynamite Battle was Dynamite Belial. We then got the Volume 25 Random Booster, which came with both of the Cyclone Ragnaroks. We got our Vanish Fafnir, and then we had the Volume 26 booster, which came with Dynamite Ragnarok and Roar Bahamut. It also came with a Roar Fafnir that we never got. That's the only bay in Dynamite Battle that we never got. What is your guys' favorite Beyblade tournament? We like our Beyblade tournament, but format-wise, we like Standard quite a bit just because it is interesting to see the most recent bays in action. But I think I want to start formatting or doing some GT format because a lot of people in our area only have Pro Series or aren't able to easily get the advanced Takara Tomy parts, and I kind of want more inclusion. I care more about inclusion than anything else with these. I want more people playing, and I want more people having fun. So I definitely want to encourage people to get or use bays that other people have. A lot of the times people are always like, what base should I get? And people are like, oh, you have to get the Japanese Takara Tomy Beyblades, like it's the only option. And I don't agree with that answer because I think get the Beyblades you can afford and you can have fun with is the first and foremost answer. And then from there, start to get advanced. Now, format-wise, I like 5G format. I think 5G is really interesting. I think it adds attack back into the meta a lot harder. But we do deck format because I think deck format shows the most amount of skill. And I'm trying to get more often for us to change what stadiums we fight in, but our local players pretty much just want to fight in the standard stadium all the time, and they like ignore the other ones. But I might start doing, if we can get a couple more of the other stadiums maybe, is do one where each round is a different stadium when we do a Swiss or something like that. And you have to switch which stadium, because I believe, again, it shows better blader skill if you can learn to win in different stadium types, rather than if you're like, I only win in the Takara Standard Stadium. Like, that's showing you only have limited experience. And like, in tennis, they have to play on grass, they have to play on clay, they have to play on AstroTurf, and they have to like learn all of the different styles, ball bounce, all that kind of fun stuff. And I definitely think that Beyblade is the same. we should be able to become better bladers if we are better at blading in different arenas. Feel free to ship my collection to you. If I ever get bored of Beyblade, I will put them up for auction, and you can bid yourself into winning this whole set going on here. So B, if you still got the release list?
I do.
What came after Volume 25 Booster? Was it Astral Spriggan? No, it was Guilty.
Okay, this is a Hasbro list. One moment, please. This one is Hasbro, this one's Takara. Volume
26.
Okay, it is not searchable.
Vol.26 probably. Vol.space 26. Just scroll down to DDB.
You are right. Random Booster, Volume 26. Starter. Savior Valkyrie.
Savior Valkyrie came after?
SH7?
Yep, Shot.
Shot.
So it was Volume 26, then Savior?
Yes.
Then who?
Astral Spriggan Customized.
Astral Spriggan, then Guilty?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, I got that messed up. So that is, there we go, we got that set up. So it is Roar Bahamut from the Volume 26, then Valkyrie with the Shot driver, which is a joke of a driver. Then we got our Astral Spriggan customized set, which came with a Cyclone Belial and a Astral Spriggan. We got a Guilty Longinus, and then that moves on to the next set. After that should be one of these tubs, this tub over here. So after the release of Guilty should be the BU All-in-One set.
Correct.
Then the Overdrive set.
Yes.
So BU All-in-One set came with Roar Bahamut. So we got Roar Bahamut here in the BU All-in-One set. With the BU All-in-One set goes to, I'm trying to make sure I'm in all the cameras. BU All-in-One set came with that and the Gold Dynamite. I don't know where my Nexus is. There's a missing Nexus somewhere around here that would go on that. Maybe it's in my quad drive bag for some reason. Then is the Overdrive set. The Overdrive set comes with our Prominence Phoenix, our Savior Valkyrie, or Savior Perseus. Brain always says Valkyrie. And our Dangerous Belial going on there. This is one of the best sets to get if you can get it. The Overdrive set comes with one of the best defense, one of the best stamina cores, the best stamina driver other than the new Bearing Drift, which is broken. And then a Bay. That one exists. So after that, Overdrive set should be Greatest Raphael. Following Greatest Raphael is Prominence Valkyrie, and then Ultimate Valkyrie. And this was technically the last release. Where is my driver there? I should have a variable dash. There it is.
Overdrive.
Overdrive, Greatest. Yep.
Ultimate Valkyrie.
Ultimate Valkyrie, then Prominence Valkyrie.
Then Random Booster 27.
Oh, really? Okay.
Then Prominence Valkyrie.
Prominence Valkyrie happened a little bit later than I thought. Okay, so we got... That went to Ultimate Valkyrie, and then you said Volume 27?
Yep.
So Volume 27 comes with a Guilty Spriggan, Astral Fafnir, Dynamite Valkyrie. Then we move on to this tub. And this tub is going to have itself a Vanish Longinus, a Devil...
Is that the Volume 28?
Or Devil Belial. This is the Volume 27.
Oh, still 27.
And then after that comes Prominence.
Yep.
And then Ultimate Valkyrie again? Volume 28. So Volume 28, the only DV Bay in Volume 28 is Ultimate Valkyrie. We do have the sparking ones. We'll have to look at our sparking bag after this or see if there's a free room in tubs. I just want to get this all organized. So that was the end of DB. DB ended with the Volume 28 booster and the Black Valkyrie.
And then Burst Ultimate.
Then Burst Ultimate started. So the first Beyblade of Burst Ultimate was Divine Belial.
You should start stacking them?
Should start stacking them? Sure. That makes sense. Get that out of the way. Okay, Divine Belial. So many. Where did I put him?
You lost your Divine?
Lost my Divine. Seriously, my brain is not seeing it. There's those ones. There's those ones. None of those are divine.
Well, Gillette says right now they have 2 feet of snow, so in the spring, find a nice warm day.
Start doing paper tournaments. Maybe he's over here? It's not over here. Forgot I had this tub over here. What is over here? Nothing we need right now. Okay. I put them together. He's here somewhere.
Anyway, stack the ones that are.
I did. I stacked these ones.
Snap them together.
I still need a Nexus.
I'm sure you'll find it.
Maybe it's in that tub? Yes. Haha. Success. So organized. How do we get the word out?
I would start participating in chats on the World Beyblade Organization website. If you're on Reddit, you can also see if there's a subreddit where anybody posts from where you're from about wanting to play. That's really how we started. We started seeing people post that there wasn't any tournaments really in Houston. And so when we finally set up a tournament, we messaged all of those people that had talked about it and checked if they were interested in coming. What are you looking for now, dear?
There he is. Don't know why he was on our kitchen counter. There is Divine Belial. So this is the first Beyblade of Burst Ultimate. So Burst Ultimate started with Divine Belial, and then it went into the Volume 29 random booster after that, which is our Chain Kerbeus setup. So that is Chain Kerbeus, of course, the prize bay, and then it also came with a Roar Spriggan in gold, a Dynamite Kerbeus, which is a absolute beast of a stock combo. This thing is a fantastic stock combo. Just gonna stop for a couple more questions. Is there a best launcher? There is a best launcher. In my opinion, the gold launcher is the best launcher. So this is the Overdrive set launcher. This one has a longer string than the other launchers, and it has a good gear, a good power gear in it. So if you're setting up your bay, if you want your strongest launcher, I think this one's the one. My issue with this one is that I struggle with pulling too hard with it. And we've learned this time and time again in our tournaments, pulling too hard is often a way to lose your tournaments. And this one is a very, very easy one to pull too hard because you've got that longer string, so you can really yank it. So you've got to learn how to use that. We tend to stick to one left spin, one right spin launcher. So we've got ourselves these ones. These ones were a pretty cool limited release. So I use this as my right, and my left I use the Spider-Man launcher that came with the DX set. So those are my two preferred launchers that I use because I struggle using the gold one effectively, but I do think the gold one is the strongest. Yeah, I'm struggling with the camera.
Which one?
This one up here.
What's up with it?
They just can't really see
everything that you're working on?
Everything that I'm working on. I need it more like there so that it's focusing on what I'm actually dealing with, which is here. So that makes a lot more sense. Thanks for making that comment. I was thinking about that and then lost my train of thought, which is limited. All right. Extending my hand more would also work. Trying to make sure all of them can... I need to stay in this general area, so maybe I need to move my active one, because these are all tubs of extra parts, and we don't need to look at extra parts anymore. We need to look at what's going on right now, which is this box. This tub right here should now be in everybody's view, and that is what we are dealing with. Okay, so that was Dynamite, Kerbeus. We got Chain, Rockdavar, which is just terrible. And that should be the end of the Volume 25 booster. There was also a Plastic Gen Bay, but that's in our Plastic Gen collection, and we're going to look at that after. So at the end of Volume 29 booster should have been Gatling Dragon.
Correct.
I'm feeling confident in saying that.
Random 29, then Gatling Dragon.
Then Gatling Dragon, then Zyphoid?
Correct.
So then Zyphoid. This is my favorite attack layer. I like Zyphoid, but it is not reliable, and reliability is what's important in tournaments. And we do a lot of tournaments. Everything I talk about is tournaments because we do tournaments and we focus on competitive and we focus on a lot of information and things like that. So this is my favorite one because I think it's really cool and has a lot of potential, but it more often fails than it does succeeds. And that is definitely the issue. We are going to do some battles once we finish looking at the collection and talking about it. So we're going to be doing a battle pretty soon. We're just getting organized here and making sure our collection is in a good state. So yes, Zyphoid Excalibur is next. After Zyphoid is Volume 30 booster?
No.
Or Zest Achilles? Zest Achilles. So Zest Achilles came with 2 bays. So that is the Zest Achilles customized set, which is, of course, named after me. I'll continue to spread that lie until somebody tells me from Takara Tomy that I am incorrect. Until that day, I am correct. So Zest Achilles, and Zest Achilles also came with a Chain Phoenix, which looks really cool, and a Metal Never, which is one of my favorite stamina drivers. So that was a pretty sweet pickup. Then is Volume 30 booster? Then should be Volume 30 booster.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Not Kitty? Kitty won't be on the list.
Kitty is not on the list.
Kitty came after Zest. So Astro Kitty was a special collection from working with, my brain is blanking on that company's name. They do all sorts of Hello Kitty crossovers.
Oh,
Sanrio, that's the name. My brain's not 100% there. Come on, little thing. So that was the Hello Kitty. We love that bay. Excellent. No wind issues here. It has excellent profile for good spin. It has decent teeth. It is spin direction changeable. It's a pretty good layer. Then is the Volume 30 booster. So Volume 30 came with Wind Knight. It came with a Cyclone. No. This guy was in Volume 29.
Cyclone?
Cyclone Valkyrie 2?
1 second.
I'm 100% confident.
Okay.
Yep. He's over there. Off by 1. Over here going on. All these gotta move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was Moon, and then Zyphoid Belial, Moon Kerbeus. Which both Moons came with Bounce, and Bounce is just the worst driver I've ever seen. Then Devil Excalibur, which is awesome, and a Prominence Knight. Gold Prominence, but a gold sword, which kind of sucks. That allows you to build the black Zyphoid. So if you like Zyphoid Excalibur, but you wish it was a black knight instead of a red knight, you need to buy this entire collection, pretty much. And then you get a black Zyphoid, a black Excalibur, a black Xanthus over here, and then for some reason a gold sword, and you can build a black Zyphoid, which looks pretty cool. And yes, what the Hello Kitty? Hello Kitty did a combo there and made Astro Kitty, which is awesome. We use Hello Kitty's core in all of Bry's decks, and she wins quite a bit.
I don't win the tournaments, but I win some fights.
You win some fights. We don't win the tournaments. We tend to get really shafted in the drafts. We were looking, and it's like, okay, the 4 top-rated bladers at this tournament are the ones that I had to fight in all of my matches, and each one of them fought me, and then the 3 bottom-rated or something like that. It goes really poorly in my favor, but that's fine. I will take the heat. So this goes there, and that goes there, and then we move on to the final tub, I think. So this final tub is going to be the last couple of bays that released in this generation. So after Volume 30 Booster B, was that the BU All-in-One set or the DX set? I think it's the BU All-in-One.
DX set was before All-in-One.
Okay, so DX set was before All-in-One. The DX set is an awesome set. It's a great collection. You get yourself the Super King layers, which are a very unique set of layers. We got an extra set over here that we'll talk about, so I don't have to take it apart too much. But these snap in half, and they can be mixed and matched between each other. Where's my other one? Here it is. So you got Super and you got King, and both of these separate into extra parts, and then you can do any combination of these, mixing the red and blues together, doing both blues, or if you get a second set, which we did, and the reason why we did is that you can take the one side of the blue and match it with the same side, and you can build like a super rubber blue or super metal blue, so we wanted to make sure that we got it to be able to do that. How many bays do we have? What are each of these tubs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bays per tub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have about 13 tubs here. So that's 130 Beyblades. Between that's just this, and we still have more in the thing. So we still have our Super Kings and our Hasbros. So I would say we have over 200. Over 200.
That's a lot when you count them out.
It's a lot when you count them out. Alright, so yeah, the DX set comes with some pretty awesome parts. Those two guys do awesome combining, and they got great cores. And then also came with this guy, and that's where I need...
I'll just throw in there, pay attention in school, and get a decent job, and you can...
You can do this
with
your life.
Save up some money to spend on Beyblades if that's what you choose to do.
Or Transformers, or board games, or all of the above, and be a psycho. Get good grades. Or get good at getting okay grades. If we're gonna be honest, that was the route I went. I'm missing another Nexus. No, I think this guy came with a Karma as well. Or a Legacy. Maybe? I don't remember.
We do not have any of the metal Beyblades.
We do not do metal Beyblade, that's not our thing.
Missed that generation. Yeah, we are not students anymore.
Alright, so yes, this also came with Bearing Drift here on the Divine Belial 3. Belial 3 is an awesome core, and Bearing Drift is an awesome base, and then the rest of it's just kind of meh. So that's how that one ended off. Gonna look over there, make sure everything's gravy. We still got stuff going on, nothing going on over here. Or are there any questions or things or people talking?
I've just been waving at everybody that joins and stops by. We should do some battles, though.
We should do some battles pretty soon. We're almost there. Almost at battle time. We got next, you said was the BU all-in-one set?
Yes.
So that is going to come with another Divine Belial. So this is Divine Belial 1. And then it came with like this Winning Valkyrie or something like that colors, which looks pretty cool. And it came with the gold Chain Kerbeus on Moment Dash. And Moment Dash is probably the best defense driver available. Defense sucks, so you're not going to win with it, but defense is pretty good. And I say that in a competitive sense, of course. If you're just playing with your friends, likely this thing is going to do pretty well in a lot of battles. It's a pretty good base. After that came the Burst Ultimate set, which came with a Ultimate Valkyrie and a Burst Spriggan. So Burst Spriggan and Ultimate Valkyrie makes a Burst Ultimate set, and this is the Burst Ultimate base, so I did kind of play on words here. These things come with awesome combinations and then terrible drivers, and I don't know why they did that. I know why they did that, but I don't agree with why they did that. Hey, Mystery Beyblade Collector, thanks for stopping by. Can we skip to the battles? We cannot skip to the battles. We have things to do.
I also want to skip to the battles, but he's being OCD about organizing all the Beyblades.
The final bay, this is the last bay, and the reason I'm doing this is to look at the whole collection, which is what this is about. This is the last bay of Burst. So Burst came with its final bay, which is Barricade Lucifer. Barricade Lucifer is pretty sweet. It's got these tentacle things that slap the enemies, and it is a awesome opposite spin direction killer, and it has Bearing Mobius, which is a pretty cool driver. And that was all of our Burst Ultimate and TP bays. We have all but one. We have a couple of duplicates. We're doing all right. It would be nice if there was two more, just to slot that off at a nice even 50 bays. But instead we get 48. So that is 48 Dynamite Battle and BU bays. And this one is actually the bottom. It can't connect to the other ones, I think, by the feel there.
What's wrong?
Just one of them is the bottom, and it can't lock in on top.
Oh, I see. It doesn't have the ridges.
It doesn't have the ridges, so I have to put this on the bottom.
Interesting. All right.
There's a bottom and there's a top.
Where's the lids?
Good question. There's a lid there.
Or maybe it's just that one of those Beyblades
maybe
is
one
too
of
big.
these things is too high.
Oh yeah. Here, let me take that off camera now.
Take that off camera and figure it out while we set up our stadium and set up for some battles. Here you go.
Gracias.
Of course, we got all the Pro Series as well, but we're not gonna talk about everyone. But Pro Series does come again with about, what is this, 22 Beyblades there in Pro Series, which we got all of. And then this was a look at my collection talk. So we've got there is our quad drive and quad strike bays. So there are 450 of those right now. 50 quad drive and quad strike bays. Most of these are duplicates of ones that we just looked at, because quad drive and quad strike are like Hasbro's version. So, you know, we still got that Cycle and Valkyrie with a very similar combo, but these work a little bit differently. They're not as high quality as the other ones. That is the problem a lot of people talk about with Hasbro. Hasbro does cheap products so that little 7-year-olds can save up $10 and go buy themselves a Beyblade and have a good time. They have kept them the exact same price while making them more complicated, which in North America means that you have to skimp out on quality to make sure that the corporate overlords still make their money. And that is how business works, and we just have to accept that. So that is what's going on there. B, can you quickly grab the box of Hasbro's and the bag of Super Paint? We're almost done. Okay, I'll grab it. I'll be right back.
These are not fitting together nicely.
Something's going on.
I guess maybe this is another bottom layer one. It looks like they should all work, but they are not nicely doing that thing.
There we go. This is where we started with Beyblade Burst. So these are the Hasbro dual layers, which we got going on in a box. We've got about, I would say about 40 of those by the looks of it. Dual layer is Hasbro's best layer system, I would say. Dual layer or switch strike were pretty sweet. So these are their best things going on there. And then we did collect some of Super King afterwards. So I wanted the, what was it called? Limit Break set, because I wanted the stadium. And so we got the Limit Break set, and then we got a couple of the bays from some of the random boosters. Like we got World Dragon and Variant Spriggan. And so we decided to get some of Super King. Volume 28 booster also came with some of Super King. So we got a couple of Super Kings, but we're not huge in that area. And a couple of the remakes. And then finally is our gray bag here. And these are my pride and joys, which is our Plastic Generation remakes. So these are all of the Beyblade Burst versions of the Plastic Generation Beyblades, which I absolutely love. So they remade all of the Dragoons, the Driggers, the Dracils, and we just bought the collection set that comes out in January. So your phone's on 2%, get it plugged in. That's the only way to solve that problem. Alright, so these ones are pretty sweet. I really love the remake of Plastic Gen because I was part of Plastic Gen. That was when I played the most. Clown Blisle being the spoiler. Poor Clown Blisle. I don't know why they did that to it. Why would you use a Blisle 1 in that combo? I don't understand. Alright, so that was a look at our collection. And we're going to, it is 3 o'clock, so we've got 30 minutes left on this stream. So we're going to bust out a stadium. Slap that down somewhere that everybody can see. Hopefully.
Do you want me to move these
And make some room.
bins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Making some room.
You didn't quite get through all of the pieces.
These are all extras that come with those Super Kings that we haven't built. So we don't have tubs for the Super Kings yet, although we might be able to. We might be able to figure that out. I don't think we have that many Super Kings.
Alright, that stuff is out of the way.
That stuff's out of the way. We need to swap sides because I'm right-handed and you're left-handed. Or I'm left-handed, you're right-handed. That's what I meant. You're like, I'm not left-handed.
What are you talking about?
Make sure that that angle is right on the tubes. If not... Good enough there. Tape that down. Grab some beys. And do a couple of battles. 30 minutes worth of battles. If your phone's about to die, plug it in.
Get that barricade, Lucifer.
Barricade Lucifer battle. Here is
Sorry, doing some rearranging here. There we go.
Barricade Lucifer went at the bottom here. There you go. There's Barricade Lucifer. Let's battle it up against a Super King or Super Helios. Get that ripped going.
Let right spin.
Right.
Let it
Looks super cool. I love the profile on that thing. The tentacle wings. You can see the grinding of the bay across the tentacles, and that makes for some fantastic resistance to attack types. We've noticed it does pretty well against opposite spin bays. It doesn't do very well against same spin bays, and it loses rather quickly, and I'm not 100% sure why. But definitely went over to your bay. 1 point over to you.
Where's your Fafnir?
Where is my Fafnir? Which one?
I don't know. Just do you
Probably
have it?
vanish. 3, 2, 1. We do have it. We have all of them.
Most of them.
All but one. There is one Fafnir we don't have. We don't have the red Fafnir.
There is the Fafnir.
Can battle that next.
Yep.
Why not? See if we can find a left spin that can beat Barricade.
Oh, that ended up looking like a tie.
That looked like a tie. We'll accept it as a tie. What did Mark say over there?
They should have made a light-up driver for Clown Belial because the core is translucent.
Oh, that would have been sweet. Like a light-up shot driver.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Seal, what are you doing?
Going
Seal,
crazy.
stop.
Going crazy.
Seal, this isn't how we act in public.
It worked for him.
It worked. It worked.
It's knocking over my barricade.
You should be able to stabilize there in opposite spin direction with your rubber bits. Still need to see our YouTube metrics, I guess. Let's fix your angle a little bit. There we go.
Just turn
Turn
that
off
lamp.
lamp. Very sensitive. That was you.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay, that's 2 points for me then.
2 points for you. One more.
Here
3,
goes
2,
Lucifer.
1. Let's go. Oh, nice. See that bounce attack and landed on top of her?
Bounce attack.
Bounce attack. The advanced level skill that only high-end bladers know how to do.
Right.
It's almost as good as the around
Listen
the
to
ring.
that. Listen to that loss.
That loss, get wrecked. Alright, so that is a loss over for Helios. Helios cannot beat Barricade. So let's see if Fafnir can. These are all stock combos. 3, 2, 1. Ooh!
What are
Tried.
you doing
Tried.
down here?
It made an attempt. I think that was me. No?
I would have called that a tie.
Alright, she's calling it a tie. I have to accept her.
We could, I was going to say we could watch it over on YouTube, but
It's already over?
it's already over. What are you swapping up over there?
I'm just making friggin' left spin.
It's cool when these little things pop out, how big it makes the Beyblade look while it's spinning around in the arena. Don't bend those with your hands.
A lot of people have been breaking them off, apparently. That's like
Like
what?
on purpose?
Yes.
Oh.
3, 2, 1. breaking off on purpose and then turning into like an attack layer that's square and high recoil.
I mean, isn't that considered illegal?
It's considered awaken because technically they will break off eventually.
Yes. I don't know. I thought forcing it was against the rules.
I think so too. Forcing it off, but it's hard to tell if somebody forced it off or not.
Fair enough. Good attack. Wall bounce.
Just calling it a tie.
I'll call all of them ties.
3, 2, 1. I love watching the base brush
Thank you,
against
Asuke.
it.
I also thought it was a tie. Sasuke. There we go. I call ties a lot.
You call that a lot.
I don't know. I don't like the minuscule movements.
All right, 3 ties.
All right.
We got ourselves a
swap
tie
it up.
Okay, what's
All
up
right.
next? Let's try burst. No, we're
I'm
seeing who can beat that guy.
Okay, all right.
We're seeing who can beat that guy in left spin.
I'm staying with Lucifer.
So we got a loss and a tie column. We have nobody in a win column yet.
All right.
3, 2, 1. I don't think this will win because it's on such a terrible driver. I don't know why they went that route. Again, I know why.
Ray says, I don't really like the barricade gimmick since it will make the base suffer from wind drag. I think that is accurate. It also seems to be easy to sort of get underneath that layer and knock them out. Fafnir was a tie, DJ. We tied 3 matches.
3 match ties. After 3 match ties, you move on. You accept your ties. Ooh, easy win.
Nice.
That's what we expected here. Burst breaking comes in such an awful launcher or driver. 3, 2, 1. Mark's got something going on over there.
I think the rubber would age faster if you sun bleach it.
Just sit it out in the sun so it'll crack right off.
It is kind of hard to break the barrier, and that's the intention, right? Is the rubber helps to absorb some of it. But we're finding that it's causing either a lot of ties or that it's actually running out of stamina because of it.
Especially in seam spin direction. Easy for you.
Going at it, alright.
3, 2, 1. Grind in that feel. You love that sound. The grind life.
Oh. Yes!
3. That's a loss
There we
over
go.
Force Brigand. Alright, who should I do next? Let's see if Guilty on Metal Destroy.
We're using stock combo right now?
Stock combos, yes.
Yeah.
That is Barricade Lucifer, Illegal Bearing Mobius 10.
So, Lucifer won that one. What would you switch it to? We did try some other bases.
I see no reason to switch it.
No? Leave it in a stock?
Stock combo, Barricade Lucifer is...
Now, you can't stock combo in tournaments, though.
In most tournaments, you can.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it's just in Nightwing tournaments you can't. 3, 2, 1. That was actually a wall hit for me, and I hit the back wall. But
You went out?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Ray says, Burst Brigand would be OP if it had Quattro Dash.
Would it?
Gillette, there are some websites that sell single parts. You normally would pay a bit more than you would
Wait,
for the whole Beyblade.
that went to you.
Thank you. But there are some websites that you can get single parts from. Some people will open up the packages because they only want one thing.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. We've done that a couple of times. We bought a Savior Perseus that way. Instead of buying the Overdrive set, we just bought the Savior Perseus. And we bought a High Extend plus Dash because we didn't need another Greatest Raphael, but we wanted a second High Extend plus Dash. We both build decks, so sometimes it's nice to have 2 of every part.
Nice.
You.
Taking it.
Taking it. Guilty just can't get that attack win. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice.
Yes, you are right. The rubber barricade is making that equalization happen. So Longus is struggling.
Longinus be struggling. 3, 2, 1. And that profile absorbs so much attack damage.
Oh, nice. There you go.
You're getting some good recoil hits.
That's what Guilty's
It's quite
looking
interesting.
for.
I'm watching Guilty. It's going around the edge. It's hitting this, and that's causing it to bounce into the middle and then smash into you.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1. 2 to 2 right now.
Oh, and Guilty is just bullying me.
But I lost my spin speed. I can't get another attack off. It'll just be tap outs now, and you should win the tap out fight. Oh, not a bad. Oh! All right.
Nice.
Longinus, king of attack types, going on there. So somebody said Burst Spriggan would be OP on Quattro Dash, so we're going to see if that is the case. Switching over to Quattro Dash and switching Quattro Dash over probably to the free spinning ball, because I think that's the best base for this type of fight.
We are really going to miss Burst too.
I'm going to miss Burst so much.
Yeah.
I love Burst.
It is a good time.
I hope they keep the Burst mechanic in the next series, but I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they're going to.
3, 2, 1. I don't think Burst is going to stay in the meta thing. What's it called? Style.
Yeah.
They're going to get rid of that mechanic. But we'll see what Season 4, Series 4, Generation 4, whatever you want to call it. We'll see what Generation 4 is like on March 21st. So we are waiting that. We'll probably do a live stream on that day of us reading whatever, or watching whatever the announcement is.
Good. Yeah, Lucifer.
Still goes to you.
All right. Burst is where I started playing too. Did I just grab the wrong launcher? I did. Not sure how I managed that. All right.
Me?
What?
Pass me my drink after we pull. 3, 2, 1. Cover the behind you. In my lunch.
Your lunch. It's really cold now.
It's really cold now. Don't need to put it in the camera. No, put it over there. I could use a couple of bites. I'm hungry. Yeah, Burst is so good. It's such a good generation. Being a Plastic Gen player from the original days, Burst just felt like the evolution of Plastic Gen. Like, it was just better Plastic Gen base. And, like, beys bursting apart was, like, so common in the anime. Yep. Still goes to you. So, even with a better driver...
Yeah, Lucifer!
Cannot beat that Lucifer. So our only option so far has been that attack type there. Let's see if any of these stamina types can take it on, because that's all we got left. We are going to do Roar Bahamut on Moment. Defense versus defense.
So are we same spin still?
Yep, everything's same spin. This is all left spins.
Gotcha.
Or we're opposite spin.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Did you have a bite of your lunch?
Haven't had a bun. Too excited.
Must watch the matches.
What are you watching?
That looked like a tie. I'm gonna watch it again on here.
Yep.
That's a tie. That's a tie.
That's a tie. 3, 2, 1.
What's salamander?
Salamander. Hell salamander or something like that? I don't know. I think that sounds like a metal gen day. I think I don't recognize
We
salamander.
don't have salamander.
We don't have salamander. That's not an arc.
Just love the little barricade arms.
That's you.
That's me. Taking it.
3, 2, 1.
Oh no. Tornado stalled.
Tornado stalling.
No. that was me.
I think that was you. I just came to rest after you hit me the last time, and it looked a little weird. 3, 2, 1. Ow! What are you doing? What are you doing, Bahamut?
All right, Lucifer. Last point. Come on, take it home.
You're up. Give me a win.
No way.
Nope, she got it. On to the lost list. Let's try another Bahamut.
Different
But
Bahamut?
better. I think this Bahamut's better than the other Bahamut.
Alright.
This is the stamina version of Bahamut rather than the defense version. The issue is I can't pull it at my absolute hardest.
No?
No. But it's opposite spin, so it should be fine. 3, 2, 1, strip! Metal drift will go crazy if you pull it too hard. Drift problems. Bearing drift will not, which is why bearing drift is so OP.
Oh. Oh no.
Bearing.
Yep. Alright, you take that
Drift.
one.
Drift life. Hard to beat opposite spin drift. 3, 2, 1.
What?
I pulled it really hard by accident, but it worked out.
It worked out for you.
It worked out.
Metal drift?
Metal drift.
Metal drift.
3, 2, 1. Rip.
That
Look
was
at that.
very light.
Light launch metal drift life. Metal drift can win if you launch it even that light.
What?
Look at it go. Oh, tie. That was very light.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. 3, 2, 1, strip.
Get him, Lucifer!
I pulled it so light he almost didn't come off the
Right?
launcher. I was like, ooh. Maybe I did a little bit too light of a launch there.
No!
You not feeling it?
You got it. 2
3
points.
points. 3 points.
Oh, 3 points.
3 points. I knocked you out.
alright.
Yes. We got the 2 winners there, which are the winners I would expect. We got 2 more bays left, and then we're calling it.
Okay.
This is going to be Astral Fafnir from the Volume 27 Random Booster. 3, 2, 1.
We don't count that
We
because
don't
it went
count that.
immediately out. That's a failure to launch.
Failure to launch. Problem exists prior to launcher. 3, 2, 1. No. Fortunately, this is on Nexus, so it's not looking particularly good for me. Maybe we don't see Astral more often used in attack combinations.
Why?
But I guess it has high recoil, right? So it can really send enemies flying. But I think it has too high of self-recoil on its core that it's too likely to burst.
Right.
That was easily you. Three, 2, 1. So if bursting the enemy bait is more common, Astral would see more use because it is capable of doing that. But I think the reason why Guilty's so good is Guilty actually knocks out more often than it bursts an enemy.
Detroit from Apple wants us to do Zest next instead.
Oh, Zest is one of the last ones. So let's grab that.
You got it, my friend. It's coming up. That looked like a tie. Let's watch that replay. 1 second. Tie.
Tie?
I rocked back and forth, but they stopped going in the same direction at the same time.
Good. We will accept that as a tie. Where's Zest? Here it is. Good. Please. Alright.
Relaunch.
Tie. Shouldn't have been a tie. 3, 2, 1. I'm watching. Just trying to find Zest. No, that's a tie.
That's a tie.
What's happening?
I don't know. We're gonna get 3 ties here in a second. One more launch.
That shouldn't be possible.
Okay.
This is on Nexus. It's not good. 3, 2, 1. Just showing how good Astral is at opposite spin battles. Astral is carrying the driver right now. Or just showing the driver is not as bad as people like to say it is.
What do you think?
I felt like that was a tie. Triple tie.
Triple
Put
tie.
it in the tie category.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, Zest Achilles. I also forgot a couple other ones in the left spin.
It's fine.
I'm so bad at this.
We don't need to do all of them. We've got like 5 more minutes of all of this. Fafnir. Oh, I'm not good at hand spinning. You do it.
It's pretty good. That was the wrong spin direction though. That's less spin.
Very good.
Alright. Achilles. Should I go attack? I feel like I should go attack.
Alright, do it up. Detroit did not specify.
3, 2, 1. That's not acting like my attack, so I'm going to assume that my Quattro Dash swapped to a different mode.
It does that often.
It does that often. I think I have a defective Quattro Dash. It switches the mode on launch. Because that did not at all
I want to
act
be
like the attack
defense.
button.
Might still.
Nope, you.
I take it.
Yeah, switch over to balance. Yeah.
Alright, alright.
That did a full spin.
Swap that back.
Swap that back. Hopefully it stays this time. 3, 2, 1. That's the first priority finish. But that was fun to watch. That was a cool moment to have happen there. If any of you just showed up, that was a cool, awesome burst finish there, and that goes into the loss category. All right, Astral Spriggan.
So the burst happened there before the knockout.
The burst happened at the same time as the knockout, really.
Yeah.
But burst takes priority.
Lucifer wins. Burst takes priority as in the loss.
Yes.
Yeah. So burst takes priority makes it. The verbiage sounds like it's a win.
Burst victory is a priority victory. Burst priority.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Let's see if Astral Spriggan can beat this beast of a bay.
Are we doing all left spins?
We're doing all of the left spin bays against Barricade to see which ones can beat it.
So yes.
We have 2 that tied it out, 2 that beat it, and 4 that lost so far.
So we're doing opposite today. Might do same spin battles another time.
Same spin battles will not be that exciting. That was you.
Alright. Same spin battles. Lucifer's been losing.
Very badly. 3, 2, 1. Quattro, come down.
Lucifer burst someone. You see it here first, folks.
You made a working bay over there. Working Lego bay. Do you follow any of the Lego bay bladers?
Nice.
That's you. 3, 2, 1. Lego Beyblade is a pretty interesting concept. I like the designs. There's a little bit of a complaint that the meta is a little stagnant right now, so there's only so much you can really do. But it's pretty cool. It's an alternative way to get into blading. Okay. 3, 2, 1. was you.
We have heard of the Hello Kitty Beyblade. We do have it around here.
Right here.
Oh, it's next.
What's next?
What are the chances?
3, 2, 1. I'm surprised Friggin did as poorly as it did.
I like the Kitty Beyblade. Vanish Kitty is a pretty great combo.
Vanish Kitty is solid. Has slightly worse burst resistance than Vanish Achilles, which is why Vanish Achilles you see in tournaments more often, but I still think it's pretty good.
That was me.
That was you.
1 point to Lucifer.
3, 2, 1. Those wings.
Those wings. Looks pretty cool.
That was you. That was you. Poor
Getting a lot of
kitty.
very near ties.
Very near ties.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Right spin. We're doing left spins
We're
right
doing
now.
left spins right now.
Bearcat's a cool Bey. It might not be, you know, the highest end of the meta, but it's still a good Beyblade.
It's still cool.
Yep.
Cool, interesting new gimmick. Pairing Mobius might be the thing to change on it to something that is a little bit better.
Yes.
triple
there we
to you.
go. I got it.
Alright, so we are going to do a right spin, so let's just throw this thing into a right spin battle just to see the difference.
Okay.
We're seeing how close those all are. This is one of the best stock combos for right spin in Prominence Valkyrie. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
And in same spin, it looks like it's doing a really good job, and then this happens. It just stops. You're like, wow, it's underneath me. It's totally going to destroy me. And then it just stops spinning, and I don't understand why. 3, 2, 1. My guess is the shape of the tentacles and the direction that the enemy Bey is touching them is just drastically reducing your spin speed.
Yeah. It's completely stealing all the spin away.
Three, 2, 1.
Prominence is pretty good, but it is not used in any competitive tournaments, and so it's not the best of the best out there. But it's good to kind of show what right spins do against Barricade Lucifer.
It's the #1 defense layer. But defense is just so weak in the meta right now that it just can't keep up, and you're better off bringing something else. So that was Barricade Lucifer Battles. That was our stream of looking at our collection. If you want to see how the collection looked, feel free to go to our YouTube channel and watch this when it gets up after this. And thanks for stopping by. We are Sazaza Games. We have fun doing Beyblade content and other stuff, and we appreciate all of our viewers. Thank you guys so much. That is all for us today.
See you next time.